Hello, my people. It's Jessie Kaelyn, your empathic mirror, and your brother in arms in the war for peace. Okay, so listen up. There is a major shift going down. This is a twin flame community reading, as well as a love reading, as well as a general cosmic tug reading, okay? Because what we got going on here, excuse me, and I didn't choose the decks yet. But what we got going on right now, we are being really tugged to improve ourselves. All right? If you are of the divine masculine, I'm sensing like a lot of changes happening, a lot of awareness coming through. Same thing going through the divine feminine, although the divine feminine, and this isn't one of the differences between divine feminine and divine masculine energies. If you have a question of like, which one am I? Where do I fit in the balance of the equation in this experience of duality and completion? So the divine feminine, generally speaking, are the radiators. They are the feelers. They are the manifestors. Whereas the divine masculine is the provider, the lineage, the structure to make those things kind of come into formation. So those experiencing the divine feminine energy, those experiencing the radiating and the manifesting energy, it's time to step up your game when it comes to bettering yourself, to raise your vibrations higher, to connect into the ethereal world, into the connected, unified consciousness, the singularity consciousness of humanity, the global consciousness, whatever you want to call it, adding in that energy by bettering yourself. And that energy is going to be picked up by the divine masculine energy, and they're going to respond in kind, and they're going to subconsciously or consciously, depending on how aware they are of perhaps the twin flame community or how sensitive they are to the ether, right? They themselves are also being inspired to better themselves, to bring in a structure, to make those connections with people. There's a big wave coming soon, like May, June. Now that does not mean necessarily that you will come into contact with your twin flame, although it is highly likely. For some cases, it really could be you figuring your stuff out and becoming more of a whole and complete person, healed, loved, but of yourself, by yourself, right? And that is how you do attract in this type of union. I think we're getting to that point where we love our own selves so much that we are ready to come into union. So that's what this reading is about. And actually, I'm gonna pull maybe one card from this deck at the end, the Romance deck by Doreen Virtue. What deck do I want to use? I want to use the Druid Craft Tarot by Philip and Stephanie Cargom. Okay. I am manifesting a perfect reading space. I need a perfect reading space. This is a good one, but I need the perfect one. Process of elimination, right? All right, so cleanse the deck here. So what is going on for the collective? I'm going to do a star spread with the Druid Craft Tarot deck, and this absolutely can translate into love reading. So let's just see what's going on in the collective. So everybody, let's connect hearts, open ourselves up, imprint your energies, open yourselves up to a message, and I am the channel for that message, for the collective to come through. Come here. Oh. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So, what we got going on here? The Lord is the current energetic state, taking care of our shit, handling our shit, knowing where our faults lie, where to put extra efforts, where to practice discipline. All right? Everybody is experiencing this cosmic tug right now. Get your shit together, y'all. In the most loving possible manner. In the way that a father sees the future for his child and understands that behavior is going to be self-sabotage or self-destructive. I have to, help you understand that this behavior, even though emotions are valid and need to be experienced, that does not mean that they need to be absorbed into your personality, right? So like, I'm going to talk you through these emotions, and this is you talking with yourself. All right, self, you know what? It's just your ego wrapped around something because of habit, right? Breaking a lot of habits, a lot of self-destructive habits, addictions to drugs, alcohol. I'm going clean, and I don't even want to do caffeine anymore. I'm still going to do the ritual of getting a hot cup of something in the morning, but it's going to be herbal tea. Can tell you what. Why? Because I'm a starseed, and I better start acting like it and treating this body as it was intended for by God, source creator, by nature, by the dark goddess who provides, like, this world is so unnatural. It's easier and quicker for me to just go like, nope, not at all. So that's where I'm at in my own personal journey. All right. So that's the general theme we got going on. Struggles as the hermit, right? Going deep within, revealing these truths with ourselves, being patient and gentle, and experiencing that loneliness, that solace that comes from these sorts of lessons, that comes from these lessons that can only be learned and not be taught. It's a fairly isolating experience. And here's the thing, the capital R word, responsibility. You are the only one responsible for change in your life. You are the only one responsible for what happens to you. Yes, it is true. If someone is mistreating you, you attracted them in to learn a karmic lesson as a mirror to your soul of what it is you allow, of what it is of how, maybe you treat people in the same manner. What you give is what you get, And in many cases, if you're in a victim sort of state, it's to teach you your own power, that other people do not have power over you, that your mind and your mental state and your emotional state are your own. You allow influencers. Right? That's a really tough, bitter pill to swallow. But once that truth is recognized and harnessed, that's when change can start to happen. When you become the master of that knowledge. But you have to sit with it and work with it first. And we are truly, truly working on it. Okay? And like the overall outcome, I'm not going to read it now, but let me just say that like this is for a good reason. All right. To help us with that, we have the 5 of Cups. Getting rid of things. Experiencing loss. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. That's the Hermit unlearning things. That's a lesson in and of itself. We're going through a period of unlearning. What is it that we have attached ourselves to that we don't really need to be attached to? What is it that we dream for ourselves that come from our egotistical mindscape rather than our soul or even our higher self? What do we expect of ourselves? What leniency do we allow ourselves? We're getting rid of those leniencies. We're holding ourselves to a higher standard. All right? And that is what's going on with that energy. Our strength is the King of Pentacles. Foundation of the future. Knowing what you need to be stable. Doing what needs to be done. Hello, Lord. Hello, King. Yes? And this is not... So this is the divine masculine energy surging through the cosmos and it's like affecting the general public. It's about harnessing that divine masculine energy enough to take the control needed, to apply that discipline needed, to say, all right, this is what you want. This is how to get there fast. All right? Checking your ego and checking your desires and checking your attachments at the door. Nip that in the bud. Tame the divine feminine self. The divine feminine is going to feel a little bit stifled or suppressed because our egos love to be like, well, I feel this way, I do this way, but like, you know, indulging in certain emotions, certain feelings, I should say. The emotions are deeper, they're core, they linger, they form. We're changing we're acting on the emotions that are calling to us, that are forming us into the people that we are born to be. Okay? Internal conflicts. 9 of Swords. All right? The worry, the fear of lack and loss, the fear of change, the fear of success. Give those concerns over to your angels. Release those to God, Source, Creator, Spirit, Universe, to take care of, to transmute, and to just get rid of them from yourself. You don't need that burden. You don't need to think this way, okay? Just keep focused. Just keep this inspiration and be willing to make the sacrifice. What do you have to lose except for, oh, I don't know, anxiety, actual lack and loss, limitation? Come on, y'all. We can do this. The overall outcome, Ace of Wands. New beginnings, new creation, a whole new stage to design a set on. Okay? It's good. It's good. Everyone, divine feminine, divine masculine, runners, chasers, we're all ready for this new beginning. And we're all getting ready. All right? We're all getting ready. You would do yourself a grand favor to release attachment, to release addiction. There are meditations on YouTube. I'm doing Reiki healing on myself and on a friend as well for this transition. I got permission to, hey Lisa, what's going on? I got permission to practice Reiki on her from afar and just see what miraculous results, because people aren't really doing the Reiki healing, which is, you know, all right, but I think it's more of a solution than readings are like the intellectual space, the ego getting appeased a little bit, whereas Reiki is like, oh, we're gonna shift things around, and you're gonna see it, you know, you're gonna get some direct life force into you, and you will heal your energetic space, and therefore your body and your physical world and your emotions will react in kind. So that's available as well, just saying. And then, okay, so that's what's going on with the general cosmic tug. Let's get a love reading happening. I just want 3 cards. One for the tone, finances, and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. So each end, divine masculine, divine feminine, runner or chaser, this is of the forefront. You don't want to rely on your partner. You want to bring something to the table, right? And there is a beautiful balance in one person being a breadwinner and one person being a homemaker, but like a homemaker is like 6 actual jobs. If they were to get paid for the jobs, if they were to like do this job in other people's homes, it's as equivalent to, you know, a very high paying career. So, you know, it's a give and take sort of thing, but recognizing what you want, recognizing what you want to do, foundational. But I am feeling like almost all of us don't want to have any gaps. And they don't want to rely on their partner. They don't want to even really meet their divine counterpart and be ready for that until they know they have something to bring. Okay, so that's why things aren't happening quite yet, and this is kind of like a focus right now, and this is a result of taking care of business, right? Practicing discipline, doing what you got to do. All right, so let's get the divine masculine space. What's going on with the divine masculine space? What's going on with those who are bound by linear structure and that sort of mentality? What message do we have for them? Let your friends help you. You do not have to do this alone. Ask for and accept support from others. Oh my God. The stereotypical joke. Pull over and ask for directions. I'm good, I got it. That's a perfect example of the difference between the divine feminine and divine masculine and which one you may fall under, right? Divine masculines, it's okay to sacrifice that part of yourself. It's okay to check your pride in this wave of checking things to create your own stability. Right? A king knows he cannot do it alone. That's why he has the court. That's why he has his council. That's why he has a queen. And when the ego of the king gets out of control, that's when empires form and that's when empires fall. We need each other. So stop acting like you don't. This will actually help you lead to providing enough space for your divine counterpart to be themselves, to unfurl, to be dreamers, to be manifestors, to radiate their bright light that is attractive to you. The divine feminines, generally speaking, are more the radiators, and the divine masculines are more the foundational creators, so that they may be able to radiate to the utmost degree. You know, a lot of divine masculines have created walls for themselves where there is no room. There's limitation, there's walls, there's fear, there's blocks. So start taking down those walls brick by brick. And you can start with the people immediately around you. Okay? Whoop. It fell. And I can't find it. Oh, here it is. Okay. And what's going on in the divine feminine space? The divine feminine space. Heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. If you are in union, now is the time to be completely honest and to demand to be taken seriously. Okay, divine masculines, now is the time for the divine feminine to have a say. And if you are in separation, it is time to create space for that to be able to happen. And if you are in union, it is time for the divine feminine to speak their truth and for you to incorporate it into your life and not dismiss it. The ego is really, really difficult, especially in this toxic masculinity world where the divine feminine has been so suppressed and underutilized. All right, make space, make room. And so the divine feminines who are in separation, find your friendships. I just heard. Find your true friendships. And if you are in a situation where you don't really have people around you you can actually talk with or who believe in you, who believe what you say, who don't discredit you, there are groups. You know, this technological world, it is so weird, it is so strange, and becoming restricted in the patriarchal world that is toxic. However, it still exists. Find a group, you know, get online friends, get PayPals. Get pen pals, you know? Just because they're not in your immediate vicinity doesn't mean they're not there. Validate yourself. Validate yourself. And it's nice to have that affirmation through other people. Okay? Find where you can bloom, divine feminines. Don't take no for an answer. We don't blame the flower for not blooming in certain environments. We blame the environment and we change the environment so that the flower may bloom. That's what's going on here. All right, let's get a card for the chaser. For the chaser in the twin flame community who are experiencing separation. Let's get some advice for the chaser, please. Deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. It could be you. It could be the other person. Don't chase. Let your divine counterpart figure it out. Let them come to you. It's like working with a very scared dog. You don't just boisterously walk up and use your voice and, no, you crouch down, you go to the side, you avoid eye contact, you extend the finger, and you let them come to you. All right? Bit by bit. You treat them with utmost kindness. They're not acting in their true self right now. Let them figure their shit out. Okay? Runners. Attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. You gotta work on lightening up a little bit and not taking things so seriously. And I can actually... I'm sorry, I heard laughing in my ear because in my personal story, my runner tells me that I take things too seriously, right? Well, he's not acting in his true form, is he? Don't take yourself so seriously. Enjoy the moment. Redefine enjoyment. Allow appreciation to really permeate into the depths and the roots of your soul. Not just surface appeasement. Let it sink down to your roots, your root chakra. All right? That's a big block for the runners right now. Open up your root chakra. What is the easiest way to do that? To connect to the divine in every waking moment. All right. All right. There it is, y'all. That message needed to get through. There was some, that's some good information. Let's step up. Divine feminines / chasers. All we need to do is radiate and be and discipline ourselves to raise our vibrations in the way that we are intuitively guided to do. Divine masculines / runners. Make room. Learn. Be happy. No other person can make you happy. Only you can do that. You are born, live, and die alone, technically speaking. That's why we are here in this human, egotistical, separated form. Nobody is going to magically heal you except yourself. All right? So, heal that toxicity that overshadows your counterpart. And stop running away from the truth of that. I'm sorry, I'm feeling major heart chakra and solar plexus things because the truth of the matter is really going to hit at your confidence. Those runners in the divine masculine, generally speaking, it's just like, what are you doing? What are you doing? It's time to stop. It's time to stop wearing this false mask and start letting your true self enjoy the blessings that God and Goddess have put here for you. And stop living so much in the 3D. It's not about money. It's not about material. Not really. And I know that the divine masculines in particular, that's what they're good at. They're better at the material world. But you have got to make room for the mystical that the divine feminine, generally speaking, are more in tune with. Okay? Okay. There it is. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for having me. I hope this reading really delivered some peace of mind. I love you for loving yourself as we get our shit together, y'all. All right. Mwah. I'll talk to you soon.